What is your American dream?
My American dream is just to be really happy and achieve whatever it is I've set out to achieve. I had a dream of coming to New York and I'm here now, and for me it's just achieving those dreams and having this sense of freedom and happiness that I did this.
My American dream is connecting with my family and my friends and just being a part of that and enjoying every moment as it comes.
This is my dream. I'm a happy woman in America, in New York. So, vive l'Amérique!
My American dream, personally, to continue doing what I'm doing for as long as I want to, as long as possible, in a way that I feel liberated and where I bring joy to other people.
My American dream, we just want to go out, keep that German work ethic, do as best as we can, contribute to society as much as possible and pass that on to our kids.
I'm living it. I'm very blessed to be doing what I do. I'm a singer. I have my own record. I have my music out. I feel very blessed to be here on the East River playing with this great band and living my dream.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Okay, so this is perfect. Brad's gonna love his t-shirt. It was too bad I wasn't able to give it to him on actual Father's Day because he left and he went to LA and he didn't bring me. Ow! Hello, Brad Squad! We're back today! Brad's back from California! And I'm so excited to see him, and I'm gonna surprise him with the Brad t-shirt I got him for Father's Day. I was really upset because Brad didn't take me with him on his trip, and I figured he would have. I mean, if we had gone together, just think of all the fun we would have had. We could have gone and climbed and seen the Hollywood sign, and we could have gone to Disneyland, and we could have gone to Venice Beach, and I mean, we could have even gone surfing because now I know how to surf. Paddling. Oh, wipeout! It would have been awesome, but no. Oh well, Brad's lost because I'm a really good time. Maybe next time. I hope you guys have had a great week so far, but today is going to be the best day of your week because Brad Show Live is back, and now is the time you have all been waiting for. It's time for Brad Show Live, starring Brad, Bernstein, and co-host Belgium Kim and Yonathan Elias. Woohoo! Get excited! Oh, hey George! How are you, buddy? Where have you been all week? I haven't seen you around. What? LA.
What? Unmute! Welcome, everybody! Boy, that was a shock. I didn't know we were live. And here we are. My name is Brad Bernstein. And welcome to a show that we call Brad Show Live. That's when Brad comes live, along with my co-host, the beautiful Belgium Kim, and the ever more handsome, more buff, more good-looking than any human being on the face of this earth, at least male.
Wow.
Okay.
What an introduction.
Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias. I'm in a good mood today. I'm giving compliments out. And the most beautiful woman in the world sitting next to you.
Are we giving bonuses?
I'm giving bonuses to everybody.
What?
Brad Bernstein is in a good mood today.
Woo, we're about to talk about
That's right. Bonuses for everybody.
Keep this on file, y'all. Keep this on file.
Yes.
And Belgium Kim, how are you? How was your 3 days off?
Delightful. I was here working, Brad.
Okay, but you were off on camera.
We were off on camera,
Right.
so I got to show up to work with no makeup on.
Right.
It was great.
And Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, congratulations. I saw the
Thank
cover
you.
of Hustle
and Soul.
Hustle and Soul
Yes,
magazine.
yes.
Your first cover of a
My
feature
first,
magazine.
yes.
Let's take a look at it.
Ooh.
There he is, featured.
My spread.
Right, and he's featured as the world's most handsome man in the world. On Hustle People magazine will be quoted shortly. And congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And where can we check out Hustle magazine?
That's the issue that's coming out this month. So then they're gonna release that, and then I'll find out exactly where we could all get it.
All right, wonderful.
Yeah.
And let's say hello. I miss everybody. Let's say hello to Deanna Moore, Margaret Bryan, Donna Spence. How are you? Marcia McCalla. Anna K. Moxon says, squad up peeps, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Yeah.
And Angela Barrett, what's going on? Dawn Harriet, how are you? Carol Anderson the Tiger. Can't do a show without Carol Anderson the Tiger showing up.
How
right?
are we supposed to?
I don't know. She may have the record for most consecutive watches. Do you think anybody's beating her?
Ooh.
There could be some people.
I mean,
like Christy Consali.
Yeah, Tamika Nelson for a
Tamika
hot
Nelson,
second,
but Tamika Nelson misses every so often.
She does.
I'm saying consecutive, never Marge, Grandma.
Yeah,
right?
Glamour is pretty.
Right? Lisa Bling.
Dionne Watson.
Dionne Watson.
Yeah.
First Lady Hewitt.
I wonder, it's like the Iron Man, like who watches, I wish we had that. We knew. We don't have that. We're just taking guesses. Every day, it's like my 1,000th consecutive. You should get a bonus for watching 1,000 consecutive Bradshaw Lives.
Yeah.
Right?
A bonus?
You should get a bonus.
You're giving out bonuses.
Right. You get extra squad ups or something.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Right. Asset Lindo, how are you? Kennedy Roy. Yashika Burden says, hi, Brad, Yo-Yo, Belgium, Kim, missed you guys. We missed everybody, too. First Lady Hewitt saying hello, and Joan Grant, and Lowe's Moore saying hi, guys, as well.
Hey.
And that's Belgium Mama.
Yes, Belgium Mama.
Belgium Mama. And on YouTube, got Calvin O. Tate says, hey, squad, missed you guys. Glad you're back.
Yeah.
Tate.
Tate.
Sounds like a chocolate chip cookie.
Ooh, those are so good.
Tate's?
I love
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, sounds like a chocolate chip cookie, Tate.
It does.
Shelly Benson, how are you? Audrey Miller, Sandra Salinas saying hello. Jenny Fernandez with a question we're going to get to in a few minutes. Richard Brown, how are you? Carol Seaton, Tally, or as I like to say, Thou. And Princess Black saying, hey, Groundhog Sam. Groundhog Sam was also missed by at least one person. Audrey Miller, how are you? Carol, the Top Cat Tigress. Zari Ards, RDZ. We'll get to you on your question in a little bit. And anybody else? Brendan Fauché. Oh, very fancy.
Yeah,
very
Fauché.
fancy. My name is Brendan Fauché. Can you pass the poupon, the Grey Poupon? Yeah, that's it, right?
Fauché.
Right.
Let's have a little bit.
Says, hi guys, I'm happy I'm with you. We're happy too. And it's just a fancy name.
Yes, I like it.
I wish I had a fancy name.
Your name is Bradford.
Yeah, but
how much fancier?
Right.
Yeah, but then it just all goes downhill with the last name.
With the Bernstein.
The Bernstein just goes straight downhill. It's not fancy after that.
It should have been like the Bernstein.
Yeah, I don't know.
What I mean?
Maybe I should say Bernstein. Bradford Bernstein.
He's fancy.
Yeah, Bradford Bernstein.
Yeah.
Drives a fancy car.
Yeah, he's a Viscount or something.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Bradford Bernstein, he drives like a Honda. Right?
Bradford Bernstein.
Yes.
I like that.
And who else? Donald Horton and Jamila Russell all saying hello. And I have to tell you, Belgium Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
What's up?
We got a new member of the Brad Squad in the spotlight today. That's right. Her name is none other than Tanisha McNabb.
Oh.
Yes, Tanisha McNabb. She's Jamaican. Let's see what Tanisha looks like. There she is. Oh, pretty woman.
Yeah.
There she
Look
is.
at you on your
in her white.
day.
Tanisha McNabb. She's Jamaican. And this is just coincidence. Also lives in Jamaica, Queens. Okay. She's married with a 16-year-old son. She works as a nurse's assistant. She loves to cook, and she says she cooks very, very well.
Yes.
So well that she started a catering business. Maybe we should have her cater the green room for Bradshaw Live when we have guests come.
Ooh.
Right?
She's right out here.
We should start hiring the Brad Squad, right? If we can.
That's a great
Right?
point. She could start catering for the production room.
No,
first.
not the production room. The green room when we have guests.
Yeah, but
When
what
we have
about
guests.
the production room when we don't have a green room, Brad?
No. Every man and woman in the production room. I'm not buying lunch for you
Get their
guys.
own lunch.
Get their own lunch. She started watching the show on Facebook since the beginning. She fell in love with the show and the squad, and she has been hooked since day one. And I remember her since day one. So welcome, Tanisha McNabb. Let's take a look at. Let me see your pictures very quickly if we can rifle through them. Oh, look at her.
Yes,
very
that's
pretty.
her
What is with the
son.
helicopter?
That's her son.
Oh, the son is in the military. There.
Yeah. Oh, look at her.
Very nice.
Aw.
Oh, we like that. Oh, Tanisha McNabb.
Okay.
And then she likes Broadway too.
Yes.
She is multifaceted, this Tanisha McNabb.
Are we surprised?
Multifaceted. And one other thing I have to say, talking about the Brad Squad, we have on Facebook a group that we started called Brad Squad.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have not paid enough attention to it.
Yeah.
So starting now, we pay attention to it, but right now we are going to pay attention more to the Brad Squad group. So everybody who's watching right now, if you want to become a member of the Brad Squad group, you have to request a membership, and Belgium Kim will decide whether or not you're worthy or not. Okay, because she will be the one who decides this. It's true, right?
Worthiness is now attached to my title.
That is correct.
So.
And if you go to Brad Squad, our group page, okay, moving forward, you're going to get some extra content that you won't get from our show.
That's right.
Okay, so after our show is over, starting next week, we're going to film a little more extra stuff just for the Brad Squad group members, so you can watch that, as well as people who are in the Brad Squad. We want to give them first crack. People who love our show, who watch us, who stay with us every day. We want to give them first crack at asking social media questions. The people who love us the most, we want to give our love back. So if you are a member of the Brad Squad and you have a social media question and you gain membership into the Brad Squad via Belgium Kim, who is the gatekeeper, we will answer the first 5 Brad Squad members' questions first in our social media check-in before anybody else, because we want to spread the love to the Brad Squad. So Belgium Kim, Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, please tell them how they become members. Is there a membership requirements, Belgium Kim? You just basically have to know who they are?
I was going to say, it's pretty simple.
Just
you
make a
gotta
comment.
watch Brad show
right,
live.
and we have to know who you are.
And you got to be...
Somewhat make a comment so we know who you are,
Make sure to like our Brad Show Live page and make sure to then immediately join the group, because that's where all the good fun stuff happens.
Because we want people come and watch us every day. Okay? I mean, even Asset Lindo's like, really, Brad? We are your loyal followers. Exactly. So we need to give back. And we say hello to them, and we give them comments of the day at the end, so we give them their props for things they say that are nice or funny, but we want to give more. And we want to give the people who watch and stay with us and stick with us every day the most that we can possibly give you. So we thought about this week, and that's what we've come up with. And maybe... I'm going to give one more thing.
Okay.
All right? So not only are we going to answer your social media questions first, the first 5 questions. I can't answer every one of them because maybe you get 500 questions. I won't be able to. But certainly the first 5 of the day, we will be asked through Brad Squad membership.
Yeah.
Okay? We're going to give you the extra content. And then, you ever go on Reddit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have AMA. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Ask Me Anything on Reddit. It's now Ask Me Anything Brad Squad. Okay, so you could ask Yonathan a question. You could ask Kim a question. You could ask me a question. And we'll see those questions, and maybe as part of our extra content after the show, we'll sit and maybe once a week we'll answer all the AMAs.
I like that.
Okay, so if you have a question for Brad or Kim, and we'll have fun answering. I'll find out stuff about you that I don't even know.
I think we'll absolutely be a bonding moment.
Right, and Kim's going to be like, I'm not answering that.
Yeah, you're going to have to answer every question.
Every single one.
So everybody, please join the Brad Squad. And we will give you as much love as you give us. And Belgium Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, while I stretch and get ready for schmoozing, please tell everybody else what they need to do.
Yes, absolutely. On Facebook. So Facebook, we really need you guys. And not only Facebook, but also y'all on YouTube. We just posted the link for the new Brad Squad. It's actually not even new, but we don't show enough love to that page. So it's the Brad Squad group that you guys have to click that link on. It's on Facebook and just join it. we don't have to really know you. Just join. You're a part of the Brad Squad.
I don't know.
Okay?
Kim says she has to know you.
No. It's all love here.
All right. Well, Yonathan, I'm putting you in charge then, because you're less stringent than Kim.
Exactly. You are all welcome. You're all welcome. So please, right now, if you're watching, every single one of you guys, click that link we just put in our topics right on top. So you can just click that link. We commented it and join it. We will accept it. Okay, Kim and I, we're nice here. Okay, and also we definitely want you guys to share, because how are we going to get the show out? By sharing. So in order to share, just click that little arrow that says share. Share it to anybody's page, share it to groups that you're a part of, or just join some groups, international groups, any groups with that deal with immigration, any groups that you think can benefit from this show, please share to them. And also, of course, we definitely want you guys to share in the inbox. So private message anybody, or even create a group of friends on Facebook and share it to them right now. And also, of course, we love to have you guys start watch parties. And that's also another easy way to get all your friends in a whole little show just that you're hosting, your own theater. Okay, you have when you click the share to or start a watch party, you actually send a ding to every single one of your friends, so you could all comment in your section and then come back to the Brad Squad and comment there, because we definitely want interaction from all of you guys. So you guys could put your social media questions in the comment section, and of course we definitely want you to like, love, smiley face, sad face, wow face, whatever you're feeling about anything we're talking about. We want you guys to show it and let us know. And Kimmy, what are we gonna do on YouTube?
On YouTube, you guys have to do just a little bit of work for us. The first thing that you guys need to do is make sure that you have liked and subscribed our page, because if you haven't subscribed to our page and hit that little bell right beside it, you're never gonna know when we go live. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure to share it. We know that on Facebook it's they got a lot of share options. You only have to do one thing on YouTube, y'all. You hit share, you hit copy link, and then you just have to paste it. Paste it wherever you want, however you paste everything on your phone. Paste it as a tweet, paste it as an Instagram DM, paste it as a text to your mom. I do that. Paste it literally to absolutely anyone and send it to anyone via WhatsApp or any other messaging platform to ensure that they know where to watch Brad Show Live and get their immigration questions answered right now. Also, make sure that you are interacting with us, fam. YouTube, you guys, I gotta tell you, as many people of you watch and fewer of you comment, and these comments are not as live in YouTube. I would like to get the YouTube comments liver than Facebook. I said it, there we go, I said it. So, I would like to get those YouTube comments up. Make sure that if you've got immigration questions, you have asked them already right now for social media check-in, because you never know if we're gonna get to your question, and it's first come, first serve, family. Okay, and now is the time, now that we've gotten all the logistics out the way, it's the time that we've all been waiting for. Schmoozing with Brad. What is the name of this?
What's going on in the world? And let me just answer. Williams wants to know if I'm losing weight. Well, you got to ask me anything in the comments of the Brad Squad, and we'll answer it.
Right. Exactly.
I'm not answering that here. I only ask that in the AMAs now.
In the AMAs.
In the AMAs.
And we're gonna put that link in just right now again in the comments section. So anybody who wants to know how to join the Brad Squad, we are posting that link again right now. Click on it and join right now.
There it is, yo-yo. And meanwhile, today, Yonathan and Belgium Kim, is World Refugee Day. The number of people fleeing conflict this year in 2019 is the highest since World War II.
Oh my God.
More than 70.8 million people last year. More than 70 million people. That's more than many countries, okay? More than 70 million people were displaced because of conflict last year. That number has doubled in the last 10 years. 80% of the world's refugees have been living in exile now for more than 5 years. Filippo Grandi, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, on this World Refugee Day says we have become almost unable to make peace in this world. 5 countries, Afghanistan, Myanmar, Somalia, South Sudan, and Syria, have produced more than 2/3 of the world's refugees. Turkey has been the largest recipient. You wouldn't believe that. No. Not with the president of Turkey, who seems to be a very tough
Yeah,
tough
Erdogan,
character.
Yeah.
But they have been the biggest recipient of refugees. I would not have thought that, having taken in more than 3.7 million Syrians since 2014. Pakistan serves as host to close to 1.5 million Afghans who had to be displaced from Afghanistan. And Uganda has taken in more than 1 million people fleeing different conflicts in Africa. Among developed countries, it is not the United States that takes in refugees. It is only Germany that figures among the top 10 recipients of refugees by the end of 2018. They took in a little more than 1 million people, half of them from Syria. The United Nations High Commissioner also notes that in 2018, more than half the refugees in the world were under 18 years old.
Wow.
They were children. And he says children don't flee to seek better opportunities. Children are fleeing because there is a risk and a danger.
There it is. And that is a...
Meanwhile, in the Persian Gulf, Iran shot down a unmarked or unmanned, not an unmarked, but an unmanned drone by the United States. Iran claims the drone was flying over Iranian territory. The United States says it was just kind of flying in the middle of the ocean. It really wasn't looking at anything. I would guess that it was flying over Iranian territory. Why would you fly a drone over an ocean? So, but
still water, man.
We're checking out to see if the whales are migrating. I don't think Trump really cared about that. So he was probably flying it over Iran. Iran shot it down.
Is that the drone?
I don't know if that's the drone.
Yeah, that is the drone.
That is huge.
Yeah, so it looks like a whale, doesn't
it?
Yeah, so
Maybe
the United
States, the migratory patterns.
The United States Central Command said in a statement that the drone was shot down by an Iranian surface-to-air missile system while operating in international airspace over the Straits of Hormuz. This was an unprovoked attack on a United States surveillance asset in international airspace. That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I'm on the United States' side. I'm an American. But that doesn't make... Why would you fly a drone over into that? You'd fly a drone to go spy on people.
Yeah, but, however, the Strait of Hormuz is the same place that the tankers just blew up like a week ago, so they could have just been surveilling the waters.
That is very true also.
Just
you know what, Belgium
advocate.
Kim? You happen to be right.
Just
Maybe they were surveilling the waters to see if there were any other bad people or coming towards the tankers. You know what? I take back what I just said. I'm always skeptical, but you know what, Belgium Kim? You make a valid point.
That's what I'm saying.
Donald Trump says Iran has made a very big mistake. Earlier this week, Mike Pompeo was testifying before Congress, telling Congress that Iran was the sole or the largest funder of Al-Qaeda worldwide. Okay? Gearing up for rationales for war.
And there it is.
Okay? If you remember 2002, we heard the same thing from Colin Powell. Iraq is the biggest funder of Al-Qaeda in the world. They're the ones funding them, and it turns out they really weren't. Okay. So I it just feels like the same thing happening again. It's just scary. It feels the same thing is happening.
It does very much, especially we've kind of been like egging on Iran with the pulling out of the nuclear deal and all that. It feels real. And now there's no checks on their nuclear power.
Yeah, they're gonna at least for 10 years everything was going to stay calm. Okay, it wasn't the greatest deal in the world.
No, not at all.
No question about it, because in 10 years they could start making nuclear weapons. But we had calm for 10 years, and we'll worry about it in 10 years.
We can spend the next 10 years trying to figure it out.
But now, nope, we got to speed everything up.
Figure it out now.
Figure it out now. Well, here's some good news for undocumented immigrants. Governor Cuomo announced that he has signed the Green Light Bill into law last night. It's going to allow undocumented immigrants living in New York State to obtain driver's licenses.
Last week.
In the next 6 months or so. However, so there are some clerks in upstate New York. Upstate New York is similar to living in West Virginia, including Erie, Rensselaer, Niagara, and Allegheny counties, who said they're going to sue the governor, saying it is illegal and against federal law to give driver's licenses to immigrants who are undocumented and out of status. This law is going to take effect in 6 months unless, of course, these clerks sue and get some sort of temporary or preliminary injunction. We'll see what happens. But right now, as of now, in 6 months, beginning in 2020, 2020.
Yeah.
That will be the year, 2020. I can't believe it's 2020
That's
already.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Already.
Undocumented immigrants, as of now, will be able to get driver's licenses in the state of New York.
Nice.
I personally think it's a smart thing.
Yeah.
Okay, because only thing you're doing is you're now allowing undocumented immigrants to drive with insurance. So God forbid they get into an accident with somebody. They're not driving with an unlicensed operator who doesn't have insurance. At least you're covering for people's injuries and damage and everything else. So I don't see what the downside is.
No,
it's not like the driver's license, makes you able to work or anything.
Right. It doesn't allow you.
To do
anything but drive a car.
Drive a car. Right. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is also denying housing loans to DACA recipients.
Oh, of course he is.
Yes. The loans insured by the Federal Housing Administration, part of HUD, are intended to make home ownership more accessible. BuzzFeed News first reported in December that HUD was quietly advising lenders to deny DACA recipients the government-insured loans. Ben Carson, who is not going to give a loan to a DACA recipient but sits behind a $35,000 new desk, says said in Congress in April, I asked around, and after I read that story, no one was aware of any changes that had been made to the policy whatsoever. I'm sure we have plenty of DACA recipients who have FHA-backed loans. He said it would be a surprise to him if DACA recipients were being turned down. Well, Ben, surprise! Surprise! Either you're an absolute liar or an absolute imbecile, because they are, in fact, being turned down. Surprise!
Cracks me up.
All right. So what's happening? Trump at a rally in Florida kicked off his 2020 re-election campaign.
Oh, my God.
He is right now 10 points behind Senator Biden. He is actually behind almost every Democrat except probably Bernie Sanders. He would probably be in a very close race with. The more liberal the Democratic candidate gets, the more close Trump gets to winning the election. The more moderate the Democratic candidate gets, the more Trump loses. The trick for the Democrats is because the Democrats, the people who are going to come and vote in the primaries, are going to be people who are more progressive, more inspired by progressive politics. And the key, I think, for the Democrats is to be able to elect somebody who they are happy with, but have that person hopefully pivot more moderate for the election.
Exactly.
Or Biden, one or the other. One or the other, because everybody else is going to be too liberal to win.
Yeah, that's like the
great. So the key is if somebody more liberal wins, they're going to have to pivot and become like, I don't know, Nelson Rockefeller very fast.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. That's going to
we'll
be the
see
big
what
challenge
happens.
right now.
Now, Trump also this week, as part of his re-election campaign, promised. Because he started his election campaign by promising to get rid of every Mexican, okay, because they're all murderers and rapists. So he's pulling hit the same tricks out of the hat again.
Of course.
So he is now, as part of his re-election campaign, has promised, because he hasn't done it yet, but he has now promised to deport millions of illegal aliens next week. Okay, folks, it's rhetoric. Okay, it's rhetoric. They can't do it. Okay, why can't they do it? They don't have the resources. They don't have the judges. They don't have the jail cells. They don't have the airplanes. They don't have the boats. They don't have the Department of Homeland Security officers. They don't got it. Rhetoric.
So does he just
say
it? He
says shit for saying it. Okay?
And doesn't care if it happens or not.
Exactly. And to scare people. Now, is it possible that there's going to be some high-profile raids that get some people who are undocumented? Absolutely. So we can say he did it. But millions of people?
It's not going to be millions.
It's not even going to... It could be thousands. Could be thousands, yes. But millions? No. Earlier this week, a New York Times report stated that the Pentagon has also refrained from briefing Donald Trump on cyber attacks against the Russian power grid for concern over his reaction. We still think we have the Manchurian candidate in the White House. A lot of people do. The Manchurian candidate is basically an asset of Russia. So the United States right now is getting back at Russia for screwing with the U.S. election. That we're screwing with the Russian power grid. It's like a tit for tat thing. But the security apparatus of the United States is not telling Donald Trump what they're doing. because they're scared he's going to leak everything he's doing to the Russians.
That's such a terrifying reality to live in.
And of course, Trump tweets, lying New York Times.
Right.
But quite frankly, every time Trump says lying New York Times, that is a fact that means that what they're saying is absolutely true. Because every time he says lying, failing New York Times, it turns out like 6 months later, it's the absolute truth. Okay? When Trump doesn't respond to the New York Times, they're like, I don't know if that's true or not. But as soon as he says they're lying, fake New York Times, I can take that to the bank. That's absolutely true.
100%.
Right?
The New York Times does not like Page 6 or TMZ, they are very. They're going to stand by what they write.
But I swear to God, I don't know of a time, and maybe someone can point it out to me, but I am not aware of a time when the New York Times reported on something, and the Trump administration said lying fake news, that it didn't turn out what they were reporting was absolutely true.
Yes.
I agree.
100%.
Meanwhile, 21 Savage, you know who that guy is?
Yeah.
Yeah, who is he?
He's a rapper.
He's a rapper, right?
From the UK.
From the
that
UK.
we just found out about.
Right, that we found out that he was actually out of status, right?
Yes.
Well, he's donating $25,000 to ensure that detained immigrants have access to legal counsel. He made this hefty donation to the Southern Poverty Law Center, a nonprofit civil rights organization that assisted his battle against the Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The rapper presented the Southern Poverty Law Center as in my card, SPLC, like I would know what that means. But the Southern Poverty Law Center, with a $25,000 check that will ensure detained immigrants in the South will have access. Now, 21 Savage's attorney released a statement saying, quote, 21 Savage is making this donation public because everyday Americans need to know that ICE is using civil immigration detention, and it's very important that it's civil. It's not a criminal. It's civil immigration detention as a weapon against immigrants, many of whom, like 21 Savage, have relief from deportation, are able to fix their immigration status, creating oppressively adverse conditions of detention far away from family and legal counsel, cause despair and hopelessness, and forces these men and women to give up on their immigration claims. I couldn't have said it better. As a matter of fact, when I was in California, I was talking to somebody who is relatively famous, and they were talking about illegal immigrants, and I'm like, they're not illegal, they're not criminals, and they shouldn't be treated as criminals. All right. Did they break the law? Yes, they broke a civil law, not a criminal law. Last time anyone broke a civil law, you don't go to jail because you broke a contract. Okay. You don't go to jail because you didn't pay your tax return. You go to jail if you committed fraud on your taxes. Okay. So, but you don't go to. Those are all civil offenses.
You better school them.
What?
School them.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Melania Trump, Donald Trump's wife. Okay. And a lot of people think that she's just the wife in wife only. I've heard stories she got paid to be the wife. Who knows?
We don't know.
But she's got to be an unhappy lady, I would assume.
You
think she's unhappy?
Absolutely.
You got to be unhappy to be married to that guy. She seems it.
Every photo is like a cry for help. Look at her.
Meanwhile, reports are now that had Donald Trump's immigration rules been in effect when Melania came to the United States in 1996, that she would be first on the list. First on the list to be deported and banned from the United States. Now, in 1996, the reports are, and we don't know if this is true or not, so I'm taking this with a grain of salt. There she is back in the 90s. Beautiful woman then, and still a beautiful woman now. The reports are that she came on a visitor's visa, and like many people on a visitor's visa, worked out of status until she changed to a working visa. The government didn't know she had a working visa. Now, her attorney, who's representing Melania, has not denied this. He hasn't said it's true. He hasn't said it's false. He's just ignoring it. We don't know for a fact whether this is true or not, but these are the reports. If these reports are in fact true, under new rules brought in by the Trump administration last month, immigration officials are now required to prioritize the removal of any foreign national who is engaged in fraud or willful misrepresentation in connection with any official matter. So she would have been, she withheld that information on her application when she switched to an H-1B, so she should be deported even with now she's a citizen. But she would have been deported as a green card holder.
Now, I have a crazy question about this. Under Trump's denaturalization task force, that will probably never happen because that But would this be egregious enough that she could hypothetically, in his current immigration status, be denaturalized?
No. I don't think there's going to be a lot of denaturalization cases because you can have a Trump force as much as you want, but the denaturalization process goes through a federal court, which means that you have to have resources given to start denaturalizing people. That is through the U.S. Attorney's Office. That is the U.S. Attorney taking pains to go denaturalize somebody. It is a legal process that takes years to do. And will the United States put the resources of individual U.S. attorneys' offices in to try to start denaturalizing tens and tens of thousands of people? They won't be able to actually prosecute any criminals.
Right. Do anything.
Or do anything else. They'll just be denaturalizing. So will they denaturalize 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 200 people? Sure. But the tens and tens of thousands ain't happening because the U.S. attorney has to do it.
Right.
Just doesn't happen where Donald Trump just signs a paper and says, give me back your citizenship.
Right.
That's not how it works. Meanwhile, you saw the Netflix about the Central Park 5.
When they see
I
us.
still haven't seen it yet. I was away. I'm sorry.
You could have watched it on the plane, brother.
I know. I slept on the plane. It is on my list of things to do.
Yes.
Donald Trump, if you remember back in the 1980s, he took out a full-page advertisement.
$85,000.
Okay, a full-page advertisement in the New York Times saying that these 5 teenagers were guilty.
Right.
Apparently.
And to bring back the death penalty.
Right. Apparently, they were not. Not only were they not guilty, they were 5 good kids. But he is not apologizing. He is not apologizing at all. When Trump was asked by a reporter at the White House on Tuesday if he would apologize to the 5 men for the newspaper ads, this is what he had to say. This is what he had to say. He had to say, hold on. I'll tell you what he had to say. You have people on both sides that, okay, we have it now? Okay, let's watch.
If you look at Linda Fairstein and if you look at some of the prosecutors, they think that the city should never have settled that case. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, so you know
disgusting.
what? Disgusting. Meanwhile, the 5 kids had their entire lives ruined.
Right.
They settled for $41 million, but I don't think anybody
How much do you
would ever.
think they should have gotten?
$1 billion wouldn't have been worth it.
No.
This is just
Okay,
this is
I wouldn't want to go through that for $1 billion.
Especially when you see exactly what they went through.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go through that for $1 billion. I don't think there's enough money to compensate what they went through.
No, there isn't.
Okay.
There isn't.
Finally, nope, we don't have finalies yet.
Okay.
Few more.
Because
there's just so much going on since we last left you, Belgium Kim.
Sorry, Brad.
Yeah. All right. So much going on. And in Pakistan, Pakistan politicians' live conference discussing the issues of Pakistan for the day went viral after he got some cat filters put on him. There he is. He was holding a press conference. The politician's name is Shakut Yousafzai and his colleagues. But the press conference, which was very serious about the events of Pakistan, turned into an absolute joke after the social media team handling the broadcast turned on cat filters on him. Even though the viewers started making comments about the politician's hilarious look seconds after the cat filter was activated, it took several minutes for the social media team to realize that this politician, Yousafzai, had turned into a digital cat. He was talking as a digital cat for several minutes until it was figured out. There was a statement issued after blaming the incident on human error, but a very serious issue in Pakistan, whatever they were talking about, turned into an absolute joke when this politician had his cat filter.
I wonder if anybody puts filters on you.
I don't know. It could happen. It could happen.
What I really love is that because it was still live and there were people moving around, it kept changing from one person to another.
It's really funny.
I love it. Yeah. I love it.
A man paid $9,100 for a Florida villa, but he ended up, this was in the news, he ended up actually buying a foot of strip of lawn. His name is Curlville Holness. He thought he'd done a great job snapping up a $177,000 villa for only $9,100, but that's not what he actually bought in Broward County. What he bought instead was the 1 foot between the two driveways on the strip of land on Northwest 100th Way. You can't make this up. It starts at the curb where the two mailboxes have it installed, goes under the wall, separating the garage into two adjoining Spring Lake villas, and then extends out to the back.
So it's through the
Yeah,
houses?
officials say he is stuck with this property. So now what is this guy going to do?
Right.
He thought he was the smartest guy in the world. He thought he bought the house. He just bought the strip of land in between the driveways.
How do you not
he's
find
the
out about
He's
that?
the dumbest real estate investor of all time. This is like you can't add. You're like, this guy's like, honey, you wouldn't believe it. I just snatched up a $177,000 villa in Broward County for Nope, I got a strip of lawn that the lawnmower can't even go across.
Right.
Literally.
This is going. I'm going to tell you something. This
You can't
guy
even put a lawn chair on it.
Can you imagine? What would you do there? You would like take out a
You can't
towel.
do nothing. You can literally just lay
You would
down.
take, you would take out a towel, and as the people come home to their homes, you're like, "Hi, neighbor, how you doing?"
That's it.
Holmes said the property appraiser pictures linked to the auction site showed the villa as being the parcel he was bidding on. He says, if I'm vindictive enough, I can cut right through the garage wall and the home to get my ass space. But what would that do for me? And Broward County officials say the law does not allow Holness to get a refund, so he is out his money.
What would you do, Brad? Like you have that strip of land. What do you do?
I would sell it to these people for $1,000, $500, whatever it is.
Right.
Or I'd start putting signs up, like really obnoxious signs, and force them, to buy it.
You could sell it as advertising space.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
a good point.
Right.
Just
Watch
like how
Bradshaw
it's-
Live. Oh, you want the Watch Bradshaw Live sign off? Give me $9,100.
There we go. We're about
You gotta think. You gotta
Be
think,
real petty.
Holmes. You gotta think,
Yeah.
right?
about to monopolize a
Yes.
Broward County suburb with our Bradshaw Live ad.
Exactly. Finally. Because we got to get to a finally. I can go more on and on and on, but we got to get to our immigration questions. Finally, there is a woman in this world. I don't know where she is, but her name is Marijuana Pepsi. That is not a name she doctored up, for example. That is a name her mother and father gave her when she was born. Now, Marijuana Pepsi grew up to be a very smart lady, and she is now a medical doctor. She actually lives in Wisconsin. Her real name is Marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke, and she earned her medical degree last week. And throughout her life, Miss Van Dyke said she's been teased by everyone from classmates to teachers and bosses, but she has turned all that around when she handed in her dissertation titled Black Names in White Classrooms, Teacher Behaviors, and Student Perceptions. As part of her PhD in higher education leadership from Cardinal Stritch University, Van Dyke interviewed students who had experiences similar to hers in the classroom where teachers harped on their names. Some people Van Dyke encountered flat out refused to call her by her name or insisted on calling her Mary, which she rejected.
Good for her.
When she worked as a real estate agent, she did use the initials MP so stoners wouldn't steal her signs. But despite her name, Van Dyke, who works full-time at Beloit College, said she's never smoked grass and doesn't drink Pepsi. Her mother, Maggie Johnson, picked out the unusual moniker, proclaiming it would take her daughter gallivanting around the world so her daughter would stand out. Now, Van Dyke left an unstable home when she was 15 and said she spent her life trying to prove herself, even as people wrinkled their eyebrows when they heard her name, Marijuana Pepsi.
Wow.
Okay, and now even though she credits her mom with making her a strong, balanced, entrepreneurial woman, Van Dyke advises against naming kids after weed. That's probably not the smartest thing in the world.
Or alcohol, or cars.
Yes, our sisters have tame names, Kimberly and Robin. I don't know. I don't know then what the mom was thinking when she called her Marijuana Pepsi. Maybe she was drinking some Pepsi and ordering some Domino's or something, right?
I would have been pissed.
Or smoking some weed.
Hell
Maybe
yeah,
the
I'll
mom
be
was smoking
mad.
some weed when she named her.
How you gonna give my siblings the regular ass names and you gonna call me Marijuana Pepsi?
You know what? I feel like I'd be mad if I were Kimberly in that family.
Right.
Like,
You know what?
I'm basically like Kimberly, and you go be Marijuana Pepsi.
I'll be great to be Kimberly, even as a man, than rather being called Marijuana Pepsi.
You know. At least on Bradshaw Live, we all have ridiculous names. Yo, Belgium Kim, Uncle Brad, right? Jilly Bean. We all have ridiculously.
But that's not what my driver's license
Jenny
says.
Jenny from the cubicle. Right, Party Rock. We all have ridiculous names. And with that, Belgium, Kim, and Yonathan Elias, please let everybody know one last time to please share this with their friends and family. Let them know what they get for joining the Brad Squad. And we're going to be answering your immigration questions in about 45 seconds.
Okay, family, on Facebook, you guys have just a little bit of work to do for a whole lot of free show and free advice, family. The first thing you do is you're gonna like our page, you're gonna follow our page, you're gonna hit that little bell right beside it, and it's gonna give you a notification every time we go live because it's 5:30-ish, or when there's a pop-up and then there ain't no time. Also, make sure that you have shared our show. It is the best, easiest thing you can do to help us grow this beautiful family we call the Brad Squad. So share the show and let them know exactly where they can watch us with this right now, right here. Share it as a private message. Share it in groups that you're a member of. And speaking of groups that you're a member of, you need to add one more to that list, family. It's the Brad Show Live Brad Squad group. We're going to post that link again right now in the comments, and you're going to need to make sure to click it and make sure to hit that join button. Yonathan and I are both very benevolent people. We will probably allow you in. We got you. So make sure that you have joined our Brad Squad. And now, what are we gonna do on YouTube?
On YouTube, you guys also have to click the link and join the Brad Squad. It is not just for the Facebook group, all right? It's not just for the Facebook Brad Squad, it's also for you guys. And this is our way of giving back to you because we're gonna have a lot of incentives that you guys will get, and you won't even know about them until you join the group. So YouTube, join it right now. We are putting the link right in the comment section. And speaking about comment sections, we definitely want you guys to also comment in there. We love to hear exactly what you guys think about everything that we're talking about. Soon we're going to be taking some calls. We definitely want to hear what you guys feel about some of the situations that will be coming up. And also, of course, sharing. We want you guys to share to anybody's page. You can share it straight to your Instagram, your Facebook, any social media. But most importantly, we want you to copy the link and send it in a WhatsApp group or a GroupMe group, even a text message blast, whatever way you feel comfortable with sharing, we need you guys to do that, but create a group of people and send that to them. Just remind them every day when the show comes on. All right, and of course, we want you guys to click that little bell and get notified anytime we come on because we do our pop-up shops always on YouTube. We do it on Facebook now too, but before we only did it on YouTube because you guys were, you guys were the stars. Now Facebook is taking over. I don't know. So you guys definitely have to click that bell and also subscribe. All right. Now, it's what you guys all have been waiting for. This is when you guys call in and Brad answers your questions with getting answers to your immigration questions.
All right, we're getting our sections right now.
I know.
It took the first year of our show, we never got our blocks right. But now we finally got it. We got it. All right, Marvin in Pompano Beach, Florida. Marvin, how are you?
Hey, brother. What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Okay, I have so many questions, but I'm going to try to answer them real quick. Right?
All right, just ask me your question, and then if I have background, more facts I need, I will ask you. But just tell me your question.
Okay, the question is, I got married in 2015.
Right.
Right. I was working on a cruise ship. I had both on the C1B and a B1B2 visa.
Mm-hmm.
I got off on the ship. I went and I got the
what is your question?
license.
What is your question?
I went back to work.
Stop, Marvin.
Mm-hmm.
This is the type of question that drives me bonkers. Okay, I don't need to know that you got off the boat and you got a marriage license and then you went to work. You got married. You came on a C1 visa. Tell me what your question is.
Okay, the question is, I entered back. I'm here since last year. I'm a B1, B2 visa.
Great.
Yeah, my wife is now a U.S. citizen, so I'm thinking about adjusting.
If you entered, it's based on your last entry, not on any entry. It's the last entry. If your last entry into the United States was on a B1, B2 visa, and you're here for more than 90 days, and you're married to a U.S. citizen, you're eligible to adjust your status. Mazel tov.
Okay, then that means I'm safe, so no more nervousness.
No nervousness.
Okay. Also, I've been waiting for so long.
Right.
Also, if she's getting any form of benefits, like from government, does that cause any problem?
It absolutely causes a problem. It depends what the benefits are. If she's getting need-based benefits, meaning she gets this benefit because she's below the poverty level, it could cause a problem because they're going to say your wife can't support herself, let alone somebody else. If it's a benefit and has nothing to do with her income, she would get it if she made $100,000 or she would get it if she made nothing, then that's a different story. Such benefits would be unemployment insurance, disability. It's based on need-based. So if it's need-based, yes, it's a problem. If it's not need-based, no problem. If it's a need-based thing, then you're going to have to think about getting off of it to get a green card.
Okay, so I need to get it. Oh, okay, no problem.
All right.
And also, so how does the joint sponsor come in?
Well, the joint sponsor would have to give a second affidavit of support. They would have to have 3 years tax returns, a job letter, and a bank letter, and be able to support not only their family, but your family as well. Marvin, hold on one second. I think you're going to need to talk to us off the air for more information, all right? So let's go to Tarina in Rockville, Maryland. Tarina.
Hello?
Tarina, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you, sir?
Good. What's going on?
Okay, so I have a simple question. So I attend I-751 waiver interview on...
Where are you from, Tarina? Are you Philippines?
No, I'm from Maryland.
No, where are you originally from?
Nepal.
Oh, Nepal. Okay, very good. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought I heard a Filipina accent, but Nepalese. Okay. So you have a 2-year green card, and you're removing the conditions of your permanent residence, and what's going on?
Okay, so I had the interview on April 2nd, and yesterday I saw they update my case. My case is under jurisdiction or something.
Under what or something?
Jurisdiction.
What? Adjudication.
Okay,
thank you, Belgium Kim is whispering to me. Adjudication. Got it. All right.
Yeah.
So you see that online.
Yeah, and
Okay.
today I saw also new card is being produced.
Great.
We order your new card for visit number ... So what is that?
You know what the word Mazel Tov means? Yonathan, tell Tarina what Mazel Tov means. You do enough bar mitzvahs.
Yes, Mazel Tov is basically like
Congratulations. Congratulations. If they're producing a card, that means you got a green card. Mazel Tov. All right?
Okay.
All right. Woo!
Yeah.
All right. So you're all good. So hopefully you'll get it in the mail, and then if you want to do your citizenship, you can do it. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you so
You're very
much.
welcome. All right. Let's go to Alyssa in New York, New York. Alyssa. Eliza. Alyssa, Alyssa. Someone's trying to get Alyssa back on. Alisa. Angel in Phoenix, Arizona. Angel.
Uh-oh.
Angel.
Hi, hello.
Oh, hello.
She probably had you on mute.
Okay. I was about to sing Shaggy to you and see if that would have done it. All right. What's going on?
I get it.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, everyone. My question is, I'm in America. I'm an Australian citizen, and I came out on a tourist visa, and my tourist visa expired on June the 5th.
Okay.
But I actually left the country again to go to the Caribbean on May the 3rd, and I returned on the 10th of May.
Okay.
So my question is, I've had a notification to say that my tourist visa has expired. So my question is...
you have a tourist visa or you're on the ESTA?
I'm on the ESTA.
Okay. All right. So let me explain two concepts to you. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So concept number one is when you have the ESTA or you have a visa, which is a real visa, that is what allows you to cross a border. Okay? So if your ESTA was up on June 3rd, for example, you're allowed to cross the border up to June 3rd. After June 3rd, you can't cross the border anymore because you don't have a visa. Once you come into the United States, the government tells you how long you can stay in America. That's different than the visa.
So you went to the Caribbean, you came back May 10th. I assume on the ESTA they said you can stay for 90 days. So you are allowed to stay in the United States for up to 90 days from May 10th. Once you leave, and assuming you leave within that 90-day period, to come back, you would need a new ESTA. But you're not out of status because your visa expired or your ESTA expired. You're only out of status once you stay beyond what they told you you're allowed to stay at the border.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Yep.
So you're fine.
Yes, I do.
So you're fine right now. All right?
Okay, thank you.
You're very
Amen.
welcome.
Hallelujah.
Okay, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Right? Hallelujah, as they also say, right?
Yeah.
In other religions, right? Some religions say Mazel Tov, some religions say hallelujah.
Some say amen.
Amen.
You never know.
It all means the same.
Yeah.
All means the same.
Right.
All right, let's go to Sam in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, I'm Sim.
Sim, excuse me, not Sam. Sim. I can't read. Sim, how are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got married about 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And I'm currently working with an OPT. But my OPT expires next month.
Right.
And it expires around the same time that I'll be filing for my change of status.
Right.
Because I got married to an American. So my question is, will I still be able to work after my visa expires without getting into any trouble, or?
Well, you're married to an American citizen. There's two different concepts here. Okay, one is, are you legal to work? And two is, will this affect your green card if you work out of status? Okay?
Yeah.
So question number one is, you can only legally work if you have a legal work permit. Your OPT is up. You're going to file to adjust your status. You can't legally work until you get a new work permit. That's the law, period. Okay. Now, you have a Social Security number, and presuming your employer doesn't ask any questions, your taxes will go through. That's fact of life. Okay? So you continue to work. Now, let's just take this down this line. You're continuing to work. You're working undocumented now. You're working without any status. You're working without a work permit, but you filed an adjustment application, and then you get a work permit 4, 5, 6 months later. You keep that same Social Security number. You're still working. Okay? You come to your interview, and the immigration officer says, have you ever worked out of status? And you're going to tell the truth. Yes, I did. And they're going to say, you're married to an American citizen. It's perfectly okay. If you're married to an American citizen, you worked out of status, that is not a bar to getting a green card. So the only one who would literally get in trouble if you were working out of status would be your employer for not checking your documents.
Okay.
Got it?
Woo. Yes.
Where are you from, Sim?
I'm from Sierra Leone.
From Sierra Leone. Okay, now file your adjustment application. Okay?
I'm currently on it right now.
File it. All right?
Okay.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Unix in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Unix.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I have several questions, so I will be kind of quick. So my husband applied for his naturalization at the end of 2017, and this is the date that we're still waiting for his interview. He moved from Texas to New Jersey, and he changed his address.
When did he move?
He moved, I think, at the middle of 2018.
Okay. All right, so this is the
But
deal. Okay.
Yeah.
You have more to tell me?
He let them know that he moved from the state, from Texas to New Jersey.
Okay.
So they sent the interview to New Jersey, like the letter, but the interview was scheduled in Texas.
All right, they screwed him.
So I'm married. Yeah. So I'm married to this guy.
And now, where did he go for the interview in Texas, or what happened, or he missed it?
No, he didn't, because he called to the call center and they said that he had to cancel the interview in Texas and reschedule here in New Jersey.
Okay, and he did that?
He did that,
okay.
yeah.
And when did he do that? And when did he do that?
The interview?
No, when did he reschedule for New Jersey?
They didn't. He called like a couple days ago.
When did he get this interview in Texas and he says, okay, I'm now going to do this a second time. I already did it a first time and it wasn't acknowledged, and now I'm going to do it a second time. And my question is, when was this second time?
March.
Okay, so it's just recent. All right. Now, let your husband file for you, because as you can tell, there's no guarantee that he ever becomes a citizen. And had he filed for you back in 2017, you'd be eligible for a green card already. So I always tell everybody, even if they're married to a resident, they're waiting for their spouse to become a citizen, file, because you could have situations like Unix, where she's waiting 2.5 years for citizenship. What I would like to do, all right, for your husband, if he's in New Jersey now, and I would have to see everything he did before I make a determination, is at some point, if they don't schedule him for an interview, you want to file a mandamus action to force them to schedule an interview. It's 2.5 years waiting on citizenship. Now, if in fact he didn't properly change his address with immigration a year and a half ago or a year ago, whenever he changed it, then it's on him. If he actually did it and they still ignored it and still scheduled him in Texas and now say, go change your address a second time and go wait in the back of the line for your citizenship in New Jersey, that's really not very fair.
He's waiting back on the line. He's waiting back on the line in New Jersey, and I checked the processing time, and it's like
it's a year. So what we want to do is look to see if he did everything right or wrong, and see what we can do to try to speed it up. Perhaps with a mandamus, I would have to see everything he did first. So hold on. You're in New Jersey. I'm in New York. We're across the river. Hold on 1 second. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Nina in Houston, Texas. Nina.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Nina?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Okay, let me go straight to my questions.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, my 485 was denied, and even because my husband withdrew all the paperwork from USCIS,
right.
And it was denied until day before yesterday. And yesterday, suddenly I got a notification from USCIS saying that those cases are transferred to a new office. So can I know why that happened?
I don't know why that happened, but your husband withdrew your case and it's denied. That's a problem for you. It's not like all of a sudden you're miraculously going to get a green card. If anything, you probably are going to be put in removal. So we got to figure out what we can do.
Actually, after that, I filed for the 360 and the 485 and the 765, and I got the receipt either.
Oh, so you have a receipt for that?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So then you're safe. If you're filing as a VAWA or an abused spouse, then you're okay. I don't know what receipt you're getting. Perhaps they're putting your file that got denied with your VAWA file, and they're putting it together, would be my guess. I mean, I don't know 100%, but that would be my guess, that they're consolidating the files. That would be my guess.
Yeah, but the what concerning me is I got a notification saying that we sent an explanation letter why we transferred the case to other office, because the I-130 depends my husband, so he may dig more, right, why it's happening. So that's what I'm concerned.
Okay. All right. First of all, if you filed a VAWA case, ultimately nothing bad's going to happen to you, no matter what your concern is with this case. I don't know for a fact what immigration's doing. I don't know. Okay. My assumption is they're consolidating the cases. But this is the facts that I do know. If you have a pending VAWA application, you can't get deported until they make a decision on it. Okay? So the worst thing that can happen is they'll tell you, go see an immigration judge, and the judge will say, I'm not doing anything until we have a decision on this VAWA case. And if in fact you have a valid VAWA case, nothing's happening to you. So although you may feel that immigration's victimizing you somehow, I will tell you, Brad Bernstein will tell you, not to worry. If you have a valid VAWA case, you are in fact an abused spouse, and you can prove it, you'll be fine. Don't worry about immigration. Don't let your mind trick you that now all of a sudden I have a problem because I got a letter from immigration transferring my husband's case. What you need to think about is, I have a VAWA case, I filed it, it's pending, it's valid, it's bona fide, I'm an abused spouse, I was in an approved case. They can't do anything to you. Okay?
All right. Thank you
You're
so
very
much.
welcome. Feel better.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Let's go to Andrea in Barstow, California. Andrea.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. My question is this. In 1994, my uncle got arrested and was locked up for 30 days for, like, say, for instance, somebody walks up to him and say, hey, where can I get some crack to buy? And he pointed over there.
Right.
And they locked him up
Okay.
on
So
conspiracy.
they locked him up for drug trafficking, saying he was the guy who was
No, conspiracy.
Conspiracy. All right. He was the director to say where to go get the crack.
Yeah.
Right. And he was just being a nice, and presumably he's just being a nice guy walking down the street. He just happens to know where all the crack places are. You know, which is what happens. Which is what happens when you live in these neighborhoods. You know where they are. Right. So anyway, what happened?
So he was and still has a green card holder, but his fear is, can he apply for his citizenship?
What year was this?
It was in 1994.
No, because if in fact he was found guilty of conspiracy to distribute drugs, that would be an aggravated felony, and that would bar him.
The charge was conspiracy.
What was he found guilty of?
Just to say, hey, if somebody asks him, you know, where can I get that to buy?
I don't know what "hey, where can I get it to buy" means. So let me
directed the person where to buy it.
If in fact he was found guilty of some sort of conspiracy to distribute drugs, sale of drugs, attempted sale of drugs, whatever it is, that most likely, unless I see the disposition, I can't tell you 100%, but most likely is an aggravated felony. If it's an aggravated felony and you're convicted of an aggravated felony after November 20th, 1990, that is a permanent bar to becoming a citizen. Now, you may be able to win a deportation case, but you're never going to become a citizen. If he was found guilty of something other than conspiracy to distribute, sale of drugs, more likely than not, it is not an aggravated felony and he can become a citizen. I don't know until I see the disposition. So I think
because they had him on probation for 18 months after, and and before that, the 3 months that he was locked up, they said that was time served. Does that make any difference?
No, that doesn't mean he's not deportable. It doesn't mean whether he's eligible for citizenship or not. Those are, by the way, three different concepts. Okay, number one is just because they chose not to deport you doesn't mean you're not deportable. I've seen situations. We had a family on our show from Haiti. Whose husband was convicted of sale of drugs. They released him from jail, and 25 years later, they finally caught up with him. I don't remember, maybe he was even filing for citizenship, and then deported him for being an aggravated felony, even though he had a family and led a clean life for 25 years. So just because they didn't deport him 25 years ago doesn't mean he's not deportable. Number two, just because they released him from jail doesn't mean he's eligible for citizenship. What I would do, okay, if this is a monopoly board, okay, don't pass, what is it when you get the card, it says don't pass go, don't collect $200, blah, 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 blah. Don't do nothing unless you have a consultation with a good attorney, whether it's me or somebody else, show that disposition. And the step number one is this an aggravated felony or is this not? And then step number two, if it's an aggravated felony, then we stop and then we figure out, is there a way that we can vacate this conviction? If it's not an aggravated felony, then step number two is, okay, he may be eligible for citizenship. If I file his citizenship, what's the odds of him becoming a citizen? What are the odds of him getting deported? And again, you need a good lawyer to figure that out.
Okay.
All right, so hold on one second. That's really what has to happen first.
Okay, thank you. I'll hold.
Okay, hold on. All right, let's go to Jennifer in Leonore, North Carolina. Jennifer.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Lenore,
North.
What is Lenore, North Carolina?
That's my hometown.
That's Belgium Kim's hometown.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Do you guys know
Jennifer?
Each other? Do you know each other?
Jennifer, do I know you?
Yeah, we're near on the Boone, the hills.
Yeah.
What?
Yes, Queen. she lives near Boone in the hills. This is where I grew up.
Now, although we call Belgium Kim, and she was born in Belgium and is still a citizen of Belgium. Yeah. Since 10 years old, she grew up in North Carolina.
Correct.
Right. We really should have called you North Carolina Kim. Just didn't have as good a just didn't have as good a ring to it.
Right.
All right, Jennifer. Well, I'm gonna let
Kim
you and
Lenore.
Kim. We're gonna keep Jennifer's number. I'm gonna let you and Kim reacquaint each other after the show. But in the meantime, what is your question?
Okay, I have actually 3 questions to you.
Yes.
But first, let me thank you for doing this show. You really help a lot of people.
Thank you.
My first question is, we're planning to. I'm a green card holder. as well as my husband.
Right.
So we're planning to petition my daughter, which is 24 years old now. So how long will it take for her to come here?
Where's she
and
from?
if we filed a petition, can she still come as a tourist?
Where's she from? Philippines?
Philippines, yeah.
Yeah, okay. See, I'm good with these accents, mostly. Not 100%, but
Oh.
mostly. One is, if you file for her, she remains single, you remain a resident, it's about 6 to 7 year wait as of now. If she has a visitor's visa, she can come and go. Don't overstay her time. She should not have a problem at the airport as long as she's not coming often. I can't guarantee you that. I
Yes.
will guarantee you that they will not renew her visa once it's expired.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right,
And,
but start the filing process now.
Oh yeah, I will do that. Even if she has she doesn't have work as of the moment.
Even if she doesn't have work at the moment.
Okay, thank you
All
for
right,
for
okay.
that. And lastly,
Yes.
because my sister's going there to your office maybe in July, because we have my mom has a petition way back, and it was approved. But then when it was approved, unfortunately she died of heart attack. It's
Your mom
petitioned my brother.
petitioned your brothers. Okay, so you could have a brother or sister step into the shoes and finish up the case. That's fine.
I'm sorry?
If the mom died, and the I-130 was approved, you or a brother or a sister, anybody can step into your mom's shoes, file a humanitarian waiver, just show what humanitarian reasons why the beneficiary who's back in the Philippines needs to come to America, economic, family unity, whatever it may be, and then we can step into the shoes, keep the old priority date, and get your brothers and sisters here.
Yeah, because my sister's gonna go there because she has a lawyer, but she's not working on it. It's been 2 years ago.
All right, so we'll work on it for you. That's for sure.
Okay, thank you so much for the help.
You're very welcome. Hold on if you
thank
need
you.
help. You're welcome. Right. I didn't tell you when I was in California.
Yeah.
Okay. I was walking down Rodeo Drive.
Yeah.
Because I had nothing to do for a few hours.
So why not go
Why
down
not go
the
down the
most
fanciest place?
expensive and
Well,
most
Julie will tell you. We looked
expensive
in the
street.
we looked in the windows. We're like, no, come on, no.
Really?
No, we didn't walk into any stores. But we looked.
Right.
So all of a sudden, I'm walking down the street. People start screaming, Brad, Brad. I'm like, what? Who? Me? And I'm thinking somebody else. And they come running over. And they go, we watch your show all the time. Can we take a picture with you? I'm like, of course.
What?
Yeah,
That's
right. I would never
insane.
thought on Rodeo Drive.
Wow.
Happens in New York.
Right.
I get that.
Right.
But I was not expecting in California.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
That was pretty amazing.
Well, listen, as Jilly Bean literally just messaged me, small world, and immigrants live all over the U.S.
Okay.
That's right.
That part.
Hey, hey, hey.
All
Thanks,
right.
Jilly Bean.
Let's go to Anthony. Anthony in Neenah,
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
good afternoon, Mr.
How are
Brad.
you?
I'm good. I have a question. I
Yes.
have two questions to ask
Yes.
you. My daughter being a permanent resident she have a 10-year green card, but she out for like 2 years and about 6 months now. She's 17 years old. Can she come back to the U.S. without any problem?
As a 17-year-old?
Yeah.
She will have a problem, but because she's under 18, they should let her in. What you can do, or what you should do immediately, is bring her to the U.S. Embassy and get her what's called an SB1 visa. We can help her with that, to have a returning child come back to the United States without abandoning her permanent residence. It's hard to abandon your permanent residence as a minor, but I can't guarantee you what an officer would say at the airport, which is why you should get the SB1 at the embassy, so she has no problem and doesn't have to have fear
Okay,
of coming
so
back.
I would have to go down to Jamaica and bring her to the embassy.
Right, for what's called an SB1 visa. You may need the help of a lawyer.
Okay.
Okay, hold on one second.
So, I have another question for you.
But once she
I'm
turns
a permanent
18, by the way,
resident for like 7 years now.
just so you know, she's 17 and a half. Once she turns 18, the clock starts ticking on abandoning her permanent residence.
No, she just turned 17 since April.
All right, so I'm just letting you know. Time to bring her back now.
Okay, and I have another question.
Yes.
Oh, when you're a permanent resident and you got to renew your green card, what and what you have to submit to the USCIS?
This is for a 2-year or 10-year?
10 year.
You just have to file an I-90 and your old green card, copy of your old green card.
Okay, that's that. So
yeah.
I have my fiancée in Jamaica. Can I go down there and get married to her and fight for her to bring her here?
You can, but it would be faster if you're a citizen. But go get married to her and start the process.
Okay, because I have my 10 year for like 7 years now.
So why don't you go marry her, file for her,
file for your citizenship at the same time, and get your daughter an SB1 visa and get back here before it's too late.
Okay, so I'm all the way in Nina. How I would get contact with you guys to do that thing for my daughter to bring her back here?
How did you just reach us? By telephone?
Yeah.
You're calling on your phone right now. Our phones work. We do everything by phone. It's perfectly fine from all over the world.
Okay,
so hold on one second.
I would have to make you guys do that for my daughter to get to enter back in, right?
Yeah. Hold on one second. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Neil in Brooklyn. Neil.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi. Good evening, Mr. Brad. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Actually, I applied for citizenship like 7 months ago, and I'm waiting to get the call from them. But the problem is in 2016 November, I got arrested for the DV, and
What happened in 2016?
I got arrested for domestic violence.
Domestic violence in 2016.
The case was dismissed.
The case was dismissed for sure.
Yeah, the case was dismissed.
And you're basing citizenship on 3 years good moral character or 5 years good moral character?
3 years.
Okay.
3 years.
And tell me when this case was again?
I got arrested in 2016 November.
November. Okay. Don't file for your citizenship now. When was the case dismissed?
The case is dismissed after 3 months.
Okay.
Like
so you don't have good
February.
moral. They're not going to tell. They're going to say denied for good moral character because it's a domestic violence situation, and they take that very seriously. So I would
even I'm not convicted, right?
Even if you were not convicted, I mean, you can go through the process. I think you would be denied, although you're entitled to one bad day. So you can go through the process if you want. Nothing bad will happen to you. The worst is they'll deny you. But for sure, 100%, you'll become a citizen if you refile after February and March of 2020, because that'll be more than 3 years since the time that your case was dismissed. Now, if this is your only arrest ever, go through the process. Nothing bad will happen to you. And bring evidence that you're a person of good moral character, and bring evidence that it's a bona fide marriage with your spouse. I'm just saying that they take domestic violence very seriously.
Okay.
Right. And if you need help, you're in Brooklyn. I'm right across the Brooklyn Bridge.
Okay. Actually, I already applied. For the citizenship. So if you can get the help from you.
Yeah. We already filed for it, so you might as well go through the process and see what happens. So hold on one second, okay? Nothing bad will happen. It's either approved or denied. It's not like you're going to get deported or anything. You could always refile again February 2020, whenever it is. So hold on one second, all right? Let's go to Novi in Sunny Hills, California. Novi.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Or Nov?
Hey, I'm good.
Good. How you doing? How do you pronounce your name? Nov. Okay, what's up?
No. Hey, Brad. Thanks. Thanks for your help. So I have filed an employment-based green card, and me, my wife, my family, we guys have completed our interview 2 months back. So my wife had a petty theft, which was dismissed through diversion.
Right.
The interviewer said there's no issue. He's going to get his supervisor's signatures, but he don't foresee any issues.
Correct.
And then he said, I need to transfer your case back to the NBC Center since our priority dates are not current anymore.
What happened?
So a couple of questions.
They retrogressed?
Yeah, it's retrograded. It's for India, so it's retrograded back.
Okay.
So.
All right. So presumably you passed your interview, and they just got to wait for the priority dates to become current.
Okay. And then the second thing that I wanted to check is we have an emergency back home. Both the parents are hospitalized, and we have advanced payroll to travel.
Go use it.
Sorry?
Go use it. It's fine.
Oh, okay. And we are out for approximately 4 weeks or so, that should not be a problem.
Don't stay out more than a month. If you're going to stay out for more than a month, it could be a problem. I tell people 2-3 weeks. A month is pushing it. Beyond a month, they could always give you a problem because advanced parole is for short, brief visits abroad and back. So after a month, it's not short and brief.
Okay. And do we need to? Do you recommend when we come back? Since my wife, she's actually going for 6 weeks, and I'm going to go.
Bring the disposition with you. I would suggest not staying out for 6 weeks, but if she has to, she has to. And if they ask why did you stay out this long, bring some evidence that your in-laws were ill.
Okay. Right. Yeah, that's what they were not well, so they have obviously the hospital records.
So you show the reason why. It's not like you're just hanging out in India.
Okay, and there is no problem. Based on what you just heard, right?
No
Interview
problem
went
at all.
well. And,
yeah, it sounds like everything's fine. All right, but make sure she travels with the disposition and some evidence why she was out for 6 weeks because her parents were ill.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck. Okay. Let's go to Chabidu in Atlanta, Georgia. Chabadu?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I have 3 questions, Brad.
3 questions.
Yeah.
All right, Kim, can you please take down these questions? Question number 1.
Question number 1.
All right, Kim is doing it. Okay. Because I have a short-term memory loss. I have short-term memory loss these days. All right. What's your question?
Okay, I married a U.S. citizen, and I found out that he was in jail for 5 years. He got out last year.
What was he
for
in jail
selling drugs and weapons. And will that be an issue if he files for me?
No. He did his time. He did his time. He did his debt to society. He is entitled, like anybody else, to fall in love with a foreigner and apply for them.
Because people told me that it would be like a red flag.
No red flag, no black flag, no yellow flag, no flag at all. No flagpole in this case. Next.
Okay. Is accepting the week program, is it considered a public charge?
Yes, that's red flag. Get off it.
Okay.
Next.
Then the third question. Can my sister, who is a U.S. citizen, file for someone who was being in the U.S., who came into the U.S. with a B1, B2, and has overstayed for 2 years? Can she file for that person even though the person is living in the U.S.?
You cannot file for anybody who just overstayed their visa. You can file for a spouse.
I mean my sister who's a U.S. citizen.
Your sister who's a U.S. citizen, if they are married to this person in a bona fide marriage, absolutely can. So if she's marrying the person that's bona fide, yes. Your specific question was, can your sister file for somebody? And there's no such thing as I just want to feel like filing for somebody. What you can do is you can file for a spouse if you're a U.S. citizen and if your spouse overstayed on their visa and you're living together in a bona fide marriage, absolutely you can. You can file the adjustment. They'll get a green card and everything else.
So if somebody who is already on the week program, what do they do if they're already in the program?
Get off it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say, I don't want it anymore. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Tanisha in Queens, New York. Tanisha.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, Tanisha. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I have a quick question for my cousin. She, her fiance, they've been together for 8 months, and they went and get their marriage license. But yesterday, the guy told her that he's not a citizen; he's a green card holder. So she was wondering if she could not do the marriage, if she could cancel the marriage license, or if she should continue and marry her fiance regardless.
Is she in love with the man?
Yes.
Then don't break up a marriage just because he's a resident instead of a citizen. Let him file for her, and then ultimately he'll become a citizen and adjust his status.
Yeah, because he'll become a citizen next 2 years.
Yeah, let her file an I-130 now. This is a marriage of love. Let them live together. File an I-130.
Yeah, they're living together.
He'll become a citizen. She'll eventually get her green card. Don't
All
cancel
right.
anything.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. All right. And with that, Belgium Kim, I have to tell everybody that we have an immigrant of the day. And that immigrant of the day is none other than Alex Trebek. Alex Trebek, you didn't know Alex Trebek was an immigrant, but in fact, the host of Jeopardy and one of the most popular game shows ever in television history that has won several Daytime Emmy Awards actually was born in Sudbury, Canada. His mother, Lucille Trebek, was a French-Canadian woman, and his father, George Trebek, was a Ukrainian immigrant who worked at a local hotel. In 1984, ABC tapped Trebek to host a game show, Jeopardy, quickly becoming one of the most popular game shows in television history as its charismatic and unflappable host, Alex Trebek.
That's amazing.
Became a pop culture icon, winning 5 Daytime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Game Show Host. In March 2019, Trebek dropped a bombshell. He announced he had cancer, actually stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Trebek is an active volunteer and spokesman for organizations such as World Vision and Smile Train, And when asked why he felt he was responding so well to chemotherapy, which he is,
Yeah.
the host credited the positive energy relayed by numerous well-wishers. We hope Alex continues to work on Jeopardy!
Yes.
And we wish him well. And he is our immigrant of the day. And with that, Belgium Kim and Yonathan Elias, I do have to remind everybody that we have Instagram accounts. You can follow our Instagram at Bradshaw Live, where you can see the best 2 minutes of our show from the day before, as well as our immigrants of the day, as well as behind the scenes and everything else associated with Bradshaw Live. So please follow us on at Bradshaw Live on Instagram. You can also follow my travels around the world at Real Brad Bernstein as well. And if you are part of the Brad Squad, I'll even follow you back, and even people drop me DMs all the time and I respond to them. And Belgium Kim and Yonathan Elias, you have Instagram messages? Messages? You have Instagram accounts as well. I can't even talk anymore.
I do have an Instagram account where you can message me. It's at Belgium Kim TV.
And I do too. It is at Yonathan Elias TV.
All right, so we've come to the part of our show, Belgium Kim and Yonathan Elias, where we like to do social media check-in. And remember, folks, if you are part of the Brad Squad, starting on Monday, we're going to take the first 5 questions from the Brad Squad first in our social media check-in.
Yes.
But right now, I will start Monday, so make sure you tell a friend, if you're already a member of the Brad Squad, to become a member of the Brad Squad, and make sure you kiss up to Belgium Kim. You got to kiss up to her big time, because she's in charge of the membership committee.
That's right. That's right. I'm head of membership committee.
You are head of the membership committee.
I just got promoted.
That is correct. And in addition to that, you'll also you're gonna be starting to ask us our AMAs.
Yep.
Ask us anything.
Ask us anything.
Right.
Which really is an
nervous
AUA
about
if
that.
it's all of us.
It's ask me anything.
Right.
But it's ask me anything, AUA, ask us anything.
Yep.
And we'll also be answering your immigration questions and giving a little extra content as well, as just because we want to share the love back with our Brad Squad, who watches so loyally.
Awesome.
Okay, our first question. You ready for these?
I am. I'm ready for these babies.
Our first question is from Juan Davis, who said, my sis came from Jamaica on a K-1 visa in November of 2013, but unfortunately the relationship did not work out. She got married in 2015 to someone else, and he filed for her in August of 2016. They did their interview in February of 2018. But now it's been since February 2018, and her case is still not approved. What can be done, or can she do? It is an extreme hardship case. Her husband is disabled. Can he file for her children, who are now 17 and 21?
First of all, the case will never get approved. It's going to get denied. Because if you come here on a fiancé visa and you don't marry the person you were supposed to come on a fiancé visa with, and you marry somebody else, that is a permanent bar to adjusting your status, no matter what disability this man has. What you would need to do instead is a 601A waiver, which is the provisional waiver, based on hardship because he's disabled. Go home, come back, and then yes, he can also file for the children. So you're doing everything wrong, but we can fix it. Give us a call.
Awesome. Our next one comes from Jess Nurse, saying, hey, my mom applied for me and my sister, who are over the age of 21, in the year of 2015, and her citizenship wasn't out as of yet. However, she received her citizenship in 2018, and she updated her status in ours, so she is now a citizen of the U.S. At the place she received her citizenship, they told her that my sister and I would be up within a couple of months, because they told her our priority date passed. We already received the letter of approval from the I-130, but my question is it going to go on 2 years and we still haven't heard, or it's been going on for 2 years and still haven't heard anything or received her final papers?
All right, Mom, I got it. Mom needs to contact the National Visa Center and start processing. If your priority date is current, she has to let the National Visa Center know that she has become a citizen and start processing for you. It just doesn't happen by magic. So Mom has to do something, and apparently Mom's not doing what she needs to do. So give us a call. That's really what it comes down to.
Awesome.
We've got a question from Real New Moon on Instagram,
Yes.
who said, what does it mean if USCIS requests for initial evidence on my I-485? They said
It means you didn't do the application right. So they're asking for evidence that should have been submitted with the initial application.
She's wondering if that's going to cause a delay.
Yes, it does.
Even if she sent it as soon as she got it?
Yes, you are delayed up until the moment that immigration receives it. And then, only then, is it like they received your application. So let's say you filed in February and you get the notice for initial evidence in March and you return everything in May. It's as if you filed in May.
Oh, no.
Yes.
All right, Babu Rao has a question saying, do you have to mention even traffic citation on the N400 app? And what required documents
any time you've been arrested other than a traffic infraction. So I don't know what was involved in that traffic infraction. But
it says traffic citation.
Traffic citation, no. If that traffic citation was you were driving 120 miles an hour and you got brought to the police station, yes. So I don't know what happened.
Okay, and what required documents should someone take to the interview when applying for the 5-year rule?
Proof that you filed your taxes, any dispositions if you were arrested in the past, and your green card, your passport, your social security card.
We've gotten this question a lot lately from some concerned Filipinos, Brad.
Okay, concerned Filipinos.
Concerned Filipinos.
Just Filipinos.
I'm assuming, you tell me.
Okay.
With the closing of the immigration department in Manila, is that actually going to affect any future applicants or applicants that already have their applications in?
No, it will not, because it is USCIS that's closing down, not the U.S. consulate. That's the U.S. consulate that gives all of the green cards, not the U.S. consulate. I mean, not USCIS. So don't worry, Filipinos. Everything will be fine.
All right, Mr. Onaginor saying, my I-130 petition was approved and I had my interview December in Naples, Italy last year, and I was given a form DS-5535, and my passport was kept by CO.
By the council officer.
Okay. And until now, my CEAC shows administrative process, and it's almost been 7 months now.
Excuse me. You need time. You need to get somebody involved now. 7 months, and they haven't made a decision. This is the Trump administration delaying. A visa delayed is a visa denied. Don't make your visa denied forever. So you need someone to contact the embassy and say, hey, what the hell's going on here? That's basically it.
Grisaurus Lopez said, is it mandatory to celebrate a wedding in order for my husband and I to submit a change of status for him?
No, there's no requirement that you have to have a big my Greek wedding.
Right, okay.
Or they have a new one now. It's not. There was a new wedding movie.
Is there?
I think so.
Crazy Rich Asians?
Crazy Rich Asians, right.
That's
which was my Greek wedding, but for Asians. You don't need to have this crazy wedding to prove it's a bona fide marriage. So having a big wedding doesn't prove it's a real marriage. Living together and having a financial relationship proves it's a real marriage.
All right, Sunshine Girl, One Love, saying, hey, Mr. Spar.
Okay, but I'm Mr. Bernstein.
Just have to say that just to correct yourself.
Just correct yourself. It's Bernstein.
Yeah.
Because Bernstein Spar doesn't have nearly as good a ring to it.
Right.
Spar's dead. Bernstein's alive. That's number one, okay?
Goodness
okay,
gracious.
that's what we got to remember.
Bradford.
Okay, when you call Spar's dead, Bernstein's alive.
That is morbid as hell.
But that's the facts. I only tell the facts.
All right,
Mr.
Bernstein.
Yes.
If still a doubt we're going to make that mistake again.
Never again.
I've been married from 2014. My husband moved out and left for the past year and 8 months. He had a baby while we both were still married from 2017. I filed for my removal of condition applying for my 10-year. My husband living with the other woman and had the baby. I'm having a problem now. My lawyer is telling me that I have to file a divorce and continue my paperwork. Is this true?
Wait, so she got a 2-year green card?
Does not say that. It's just saying that she's filing for her removal of condition.
Oh, okay, so she got her 2-year green card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So if this is the story, when you have filed to remove the conditions of your permanent residence, the law doesn't require you stay in a happy marriage. The law just wants to know that you are in a real marriage. The law gives you 4 ways to remove the conditions of your permanent residence. Whichever is the best way, this is what you do. One way is you and your husband or you and your spouse file together. And you show you still live together. That's the best way. You got married. 2 years later, you got your green card. 2 years later, you're going to remove the conditions of your permanent residence. Me and my spouse still live together. Here we are. Voila. We live together in the same house. We share the same bed. We have the same bank accounts. We file taxes together. Blah, 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 blah. Good marriage.
But sometimes you don't live together anymore. What do? Well, if that's the case, you need to file a waiver based on one of three scenarios. One, it was a real marriage and we're now divorced, which is what your lawyer is saying to do. Two, it was a real marriage and we don't live together anymore because I'm an abused spouse. Or it was a real marriage, but we don't live together anymore, and there would be a hardship to me if I were to go home. The easiest thing to prove is it was a real marriage and we're divorced. Here's my divorce decree, and here's the proof it was a real marriage. So I like that as the best of the scenarios when you are no longer living with your spouse.
I'm sorry, the SPAR comments in the comments were really making me giggle.
What was the SPAR comments?
Your mom was SPAR, so you're SPAR too, Brad.
No. My mom was SPAR, but I am Bernstein. Grandpa was SPAR.
You come from SPAR.
I come from a SPAR. I got some SPAR blood in me, but I don't take, in America, they don't take the name of your mom.
Right.
They take the name of your dad.
Yes.
The First Lady Hewitt said, so wait, who is SPAR then?
SPAR was mom's dad.
Right.
So it's my maternal grandfather.
There you go.
Who passed away a long time ago. I loved him, so I don't joke about it.
I gotta be real.
Yeah.
Dawn Harriet knew that he was on your mom's side.
Yes,
and
people know.
Not sure that I knew that.
You didn't know that.
I did.
It's another last name, so it makes sense.
It makes sense, right.
That would make sense. But still, that's
I knew that.
Wow, well done, yo.
All right, continuing on.
Absolutely.
Continuing on, Belgium
Sabrina
Kim.
Sparks is in a pickle. How do I prove that my marriage is real when I live in Alabama and my husband is Jamaica? But wait, there are some extenuating circumstances.
Here's the pickle.
I travel back and forth every few months, and I spend a few months at a time with him
that's
in
proof.
Jamaica. I can't completely move until we get him approved because I've got medical appointments and
That's
things
proof.
to do here. We call and text and video call several times a day when
That's
we're
proof.
apart. Also, we've rented an apartment together, and that's where
proof.
he's living in Jamaica.
And you send money to help support him.
Right.
All proof. You just proved it.
Right.
Mazel tov.
Great.
Okay, next.
All proof. That was easy.
Girl,
Yeah.
just send in your YouTube comment and you're
Exactly.
done.
Right.
No,
Right.
that's not how that works.
But exactly, send in the documents that support that YouTube document, and you're all good.
So are all documents okay? Because I know my friends that went for an interview and they were trying to put in the Venmo documents, and they were giving them a hard time.
Yeah,
and I feel like it's because they didn't
because
have.
immigration wears blinders.
Right.
That's why you need lawyers.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. That's why you need lawyers because they didn't have a lawyer with them.
That's right.
Tanika said, I came here on an F1 visa and I'm still within status. I'm planning to get married in Vegas, baby.
Ooh.
Yeah, my fiance.
Elvis is going to marry you.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to the little chapel.
Welcome
to the little chapel. We're going to marry this little lady over here.
Whoa. Maybe.
Was that an Elvis impersonation?
I think
that
we
was
have,
terrible.
I think we might have the Halloween costume of 2019.
Brad's going to be Elvis.
I think we have the Halloween costume
going to be Elvis.
We know how
of
to fit the wig on now.
2019.
You think Brad should be Elvis?
Yes.
That's not a bad idea.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
What? Absolutely.
Thank you very much, and don't forget to tip your waitress on the way out.
Oh, look at him.
That's terrible.
Get the hips ready, all right?
What I particularly
I gotta get the guitar. We can do it, Elvis.
Yeah.
What I love is that Jan went into full Elvis
Yeah.
mode, just saying Vegas.
Right.
Like, she's getting married in
by the way,
Vegas.
Jonathan, it's not even the end of summer. It's already thinking of Halloween. That's how much he loved. That's how much he loved the Halloween episode.
Absolutely.
All right. What's next?
Okay, so I came here on an F1 visa and I'm still within status. I'm planning to get married in Vegas. My fiance is a U.S. citizen. However, we will be residing in Washington, D.C. Will this be a problem when I'm filing for USCIS because of the different states?
No, you can get married in any state as long as you and your spouse are living together. That's the key thing. So go to Vegas, enjoy your marriage, go have fun, and go live with him in another state. That's perfectly good. Wow, one-handed
Hangover.
lawyer. Look at me, one-handed. What happened to this hand? I was sitting on the
That
other
one was
hand.
just like this.
I know. I look like I'm like paralyzed on this hand. Okay, no, I just got to stop something like this. All right, continue.
Very odd.
Very odd. I was watching myself in the video. I'm like, why am I talking with one hand?
It's also weird because you're a big hand talker.
I
so
am a
it's
big
weird.
hand talker.
Like,
Right,
hand
like
is
extra over there.
weird.
Exactly, right.
And our final question for now is from Jenny Fernandez on YouTube, who said, my husband and I are both green card holders, and we're about to file for my 24-year-old daughter. How long is it going to take for her to actually come here? So we're going to assume daughter is not in the US.
Daughter's single, about 7 years, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
Yonathan Elias, Juneteenth was celebrated yesterday on June 19th. You know what that is, right?
Absolutely.
It's the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery in the United States of America. So on June 19th, 1865, Union soldiers arrived in Galveston, Texas with the news that the Civil War had ended and the slaves were free.
Yes.
Now, mind you, this was 2.5 years after President Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, which had become official on January 1st, 1863.
Right.
But it had very little impact in Texas because there were very few Union troops to enforce President Lincoln's executive order.
Mm-hmm.
But that changed in 1865 in Texas after Union forces finally arrived and overcame the resistance. Yonathan went on one of the many Juneteenth celebrations here in New York. Let's watch.
What's up, Brad Squad? This is Yonathan Elias at the 10th Annual Juneteenth Festival here in Brooklyn, New York. I hope that you guys are ready for a great time because this is celebrating the emancipation of slavery, celebrated every year, June 19th. Now, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed September 22nd, 1862, and the Civil War ended April of 1865. But it wasn't until June 19th, 1865, that the Union General Gordon Granger led thousands of the federal troops to Galveston, Texas to announce the ending of the Civil War and the freedom of slaves. Approximately 250,000 Texan slaves didn't even know that their freedom was secured by the government several months before. Now today, we're celebrating Juneteenth, and I'm taking you along the African-American journey through the lens of love, culminating in almost 2 miles of an amazing unity parade, and I hope that you guys are ready. Let's go. First of all, Nubian queen right here. Look at this. Look at this outfit. Y'all get this outfit?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love your style.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So I want to know, what are you doing here today?
I am promoting henna. I have henna arts. I have Nubia apparel, different cultural things that we're selling today.
Nice. So did you do your own henna?
I did.
Wow.
I did.
That's talent right there. So why is it important to celebrate Juneteenth?
It's important to celebrate Juneteenth just for recognizing African history, Black culture. You know, even if you don't really know too much about Juneteenth, just to acknowledge your ancestors, just to take that moment, just to celebrate that. That's very important.
Now I want to know, what's a misconception of African American history?
The biggest misconception of African American history is that our history started with slavery. When you begin to understand where you come from, who you are, you will see that we came from a lineage of royalty. African Americans or Africans in America, our whole existence did not start with slavery. We actually resided on this land prior to slavery. So it's our job to say, this is who we are, this is where we come from, and don't rely on the textbooks written by somebody else who has no interest in you.
Yes, can we snap for that? Can we snap for that? That's what I'm talking about. It's my jam. They playing the jams today. You gotta get a little dance break before we start, right? Yeah. First of all, talking about energy, I feel great in here.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so kind. That's the whole point. E-Toy, it's an experience. When you leave here, you're supposed to feel better than how you came in.
All right, I'm already feeling it too. So what exactly are you doing here today?
I handcraft all natural bath and body products. So that consists of soap, body butters, body wash, bath bombs, scented soy candles that melt into body oil. All natural products handcrafted by these blessed hands.
Yes, I love that. Tell us a little bit about some of your projects.
This one here is my #1 seller soap, patchouli, activated charcoal, rosehip, made with coconut oil and olive oil. The bath bombs consist of Dead Sea salt, Epsom salt, raw coconut oil, vitamin E, botanicals, and this is good for multiple things. You can either take a spiritual bath, do a woosah, if you have inky joint, and not only that, the smell, that's lemongrass.
Ah. how important is it to be here celebrating and representing for Juneteenth?
It's very important for me because of black economics. Black people, black organizations, black businesses, we need to support each other, keep our money within our community. It's no disrespect to anybody else, but we always go out and support everybody else, but we never keep our money within our community to support ourselves and our children.
Yeah, that is probably one of the deepest things that we really need to realize is that we have so much power. We need to really start supporting ourselves. Is this the first Juneteenth festival that you've been at?
My third.
Your third? All right, so you already know what's up, right?
Yes. I do the African Art Festival, Go Africa, all of the festivals.
Yes.
I love the festivals.
Yes, I love it too. I love the feel of everybody coming together, unifying. So what exactly are you guys here celebrating?
Well, we came out to celebrate Juneteenth, help our people, support our people. You know, since 1865, we've been free-ish. So that's all I came out to see, our people, see what we have become, what we've accomplished.
Do you like coming to these festivals?
Yes.
What do you look forward to the most?
I'm seeing most of the shows, like the things that they're going to be doing.
Nice. Why is it important for you to come and support these type of festivals and also bring young ones and show them culture and learn about the history?
So we need to let our youth know that we can accomplish anything we put our minds to it. You know, they entrapped us, like it was against our will, but we've made it. Like, you know, every day God blesses you to wake up and see another day. It's a day that you should put your best foot forward, and despite the odds, leave that negative where it belongs behind you. The past is the past. Our kids need to know that we came from a rich culture, we are a rich culture, and we are going to continue to be a rich culture.
Yes. So she teaches you how to be the young king, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big thing, right? How do you feel about that?
Good.
Yeah.
Proud of myself.
Proud of yourself. I love that. So what exactly is going on here?
We're a campaign that wants to replace the civilian review board that is accountable for holding officers accountable for when they misbehave. But unfortunately, when the complaints come to them, oftentimes the commissioner reduces personal liability. So what we want to do is remove the CCRB and replace it with an elected civilian review board, because it's going to be people that are elected from the community. And so we're interested in changing that legislatively.
I want you to let me know who these people are that you guys have.
Yes, these people that are represented here, unfortunately, have been murdered by the police. There's been no outcome as far as the penalties of what the police is serving for their murders. Right now, in the last week, we had the Pantaleo trial with the CCRB, and it was recommended that he lose his job and his pension, which is great, but now we're depending on the commissioner whether he's going to honor that recommendation.
How can they find you guys so they can sign the petition?
You can find us at Stop Police Violence NYC, or you can go to stoppoliceviolence.nyc@gmail.com. You can find information about us, and then we can plug you into whichever part of the campaign you're interested in.
I see you guys with the Remember the 400 shirts and the logos everywhere. I want everybody out there to know exactly what you guys stand for and represent.
So Remember the 400, we're to commemorate African slaves that arrived into the New Americas in Hampton, Virginia, 1619, 400 years ago. We'll have a whole event celebrating in Hampton, Virginia this August to commemorate that, to celebrate it. It's a huge part of history, our culture. It's a big impact, period.
And why is it so important to come and represent that here at Juneteenth?
Remember the 400 is a campaign to not forget about our history and our past, because you must learn from your past in order to progress to your future. So it's very important to be aware of your culture.
Why is it important for you to celebrate Juneteenth?
It's a great thing to celebrate Juneteenth. The scripture says, without vision, the people perish, right? So you have to understand where you're coming from. You have to understand where you want to be, and you have to understand how not to make the same mistake to go back where you're coming from. So it's a great opportunity for us, everyone, to be here and just celebrate this great occasion.
There you have it, Brad Squad. A day and a festival full of love, culture, and pride. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. This was one of the best festivals that I've covered for you guys. One, because I felt very true to it, but you could also feel how genuine the people I spoke to was. They just want to tell you their story, they want to share their history, and they want you to feel it. And I hope you guys felt it through that lens. Back at the studio.
All right, good job there, Yonathan.
Thank you.
And we were just talking. We were just looking at the. We're looking at the comments there. Everybody's talking about Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, Christopher Columbus was the first white person, but there were Indians there. I mean, even in the story, right? The Indians came and greeted him.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Indians were called. The Arawaks, maybe.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what they were called.
I do not know.
Right, but I know that there were native people who were living there well
Yes.
before Christopher Columbus came. And he landed in the Caribbean somewhere.
Yes.
I don't remember the exact island. I'm not an expert at it, but I know he landed somewhere in the Caribbean, if I remember.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
But even I remember he was greeted by somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. He was greeted by a whole group of people.
Right.
But the sad thing is,
Right,
we
so-
don't even know that.
Jill is saying in my ear, Tainas.
Oh, the Tainas.
I don't know who Tainas.
Tainos.
Okay. All right. I don't know. Jill knows.
See, we don't know that
Right.
though, because that's definitely not taught in school. At least it wasn't taught in my
Not
school.
at all.
Arawaks. I remember Arawaks.
I remember Arawaks.
Right.
Yes,
I remember
remember
Arawaks,
hearing
but I
that.
could be wrong too. I'm just basing it on my memory of school from a long
Right.
time ago.
Christine Bennett just said Columbus discovered that Jamaican people are not people he could play with, and that's why he didn't stay.
And there it is. Comment of the day. Thank you very much. All right. We have something we like to call speed round. Right?
Yep.
Get those cars going. What are we gonna do today, Belgium Kim? 20 questions in 4 minutes?
20 questions in 4 minutes.
20 questions in 4 minutes. And by the way, Alicia Grant says Arawaks, Tainos, and Mayas. It may be all of them. I don't know. We gotta bone up a little bit on this, right?
We do. We need to know
Right.
more of our
We need to know-
foundational.
Exactly. All right. What we do know is immigration. You ready?
Let's do this.
Julian, start the clock on Kim's mouth moving.
Carol Seaton said, if you're filing for a 3-year-old child in Jamaica and you're in the state's permanent resident, how long before the child will be able to come up, and what's next?
About 2 years.
Richard Brown says, bless up, Brad Squad. My friend applied for adjustment of status or doing the biometrics. He returned to Jamaica before he got a work permit and travel documents. Can he come back?
Nope.
While in Jamaica, they produced his work permit, travel documents, and
Nope.
also gave him an interview
No,
date.
once you leave the country without the advance parole, you gave up the adjustment.
Damn.
Shashar said, I've got a friend who's married to a U.S. citizen and she's presently living in the U.S. with them. Can her husband file an immigrant petition for his stepchild who is over 18? They were not married before she was 18.
No, you can't. You're not a stepchild unless the marriage happened before 18.
Audrey Miller says, do you have any idea when my PD will become current for my I-765? My PD is April 24th, 2019, filed with NVC.
About 6 months.
Married to a U.S. citizen.
About 6 months from April 24th, 2019.
Gotcha.
Mike says, my question is, if you came into the country and the immigration officer stamped you, but your I-94 is not updated, your I-94 is not coming up, what would you do and what's your advice? Are there any...
What's the difference? Say 6 months. You've got to assume it's 6 months. They don't give you an I-94 anyway at the airport, but you can look online, Google I-94 Department of Homeland Security, and there's a whole website that you can look it up.
Mike also wants to know, is there any issues if you use bond company to bail someone since you don't have the $10,000 to bail your
you can use
friend?
a bond company.
Winnie said, can filing a petition for my spouse a few days after her I-94 time is expired be a problem, and must I add the medical report together with the filing?
Yes, you can add the medical report with the filing. It is not a problem.
Shan says, can I file I-31 after I file a VAWA case?
Yes.
Dune said, I filed for VAWA May 17th of 2018, was given prima facie in June. It's now been over a year, 13 and a half months, and my mom and my form is an I-360 is still pending, and my work permit is still pending. What do I do?
File an adjustment so you can get a work permit. And by the way, on the old case, on the old question from Yo-Yo, you can get the advance parole only if you file an adjustment with the VAWA case. Everyone who has a pending VAWA case, if the abuse was by a U.S. citizen, file an adjustment or you're getting no benefits for a very long time.
Zari says, my dad's brother petitioned him priority day April 30th, 2001. I was 9 when it was approved. My brother is now going to sponsor him. I am now over 21. Do I qualify as a derivative beneficiary?
I didn't even understand that question. Belgium Kim next, and we'll go back to Yonathan.
Legs11 Tag said 2 years, and my question is how long does it? My question is how long does the removal process take for someone once I've had my green card for 2 years?
The removal process?
Removal
Remove the
process.
conditions, about
Maybe.
18 to 24 months.
There we go.
So it says, you want the same one again?
Quickly, yes.
My dad's brother petitioned him. Priority date is April 30th, 2001. I was 9 when it was approved. Now my brother is going to sponsor him. I'm over 21. Do I qualify as a derivative?
No, you do not qualify as a derivative.
Sasha said, I have my interview next month and I haven't received my work permit. Is that normal?
It's not normal, but it happens.
Mohammed says, I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I took the subsidized insurance through, and I got the insurance plan type 1 with advanced premium tax credit. I had Tufts Health Direct insurance, though the Health Connector. Will this create any issues on the AOS?
It should not.
Jenny said, my mom also filed a petition for my brother, but unfortunately my mom died when the petition was approved. Is there any way my brother can take over the petition?
Yes, it's called a humanitarian waiver.
Leonardo says, if I have a permanent green card and I just came from vacation for 3 months, can I go back for another vacation home in this year? How long should I stay back? And
don't stay out more than 6 months for any given period of time.
Gregory says his friend is a U.S. resident. He filed an I-130 for his wife on December of 2016, got approved May 3rd, and hasn't heard anything since. How much time is left and how long is the whole process?
It's about a 2.5-year process.
Don Harry, a question for a friend. Her dad filed for her in 2008. She's married. How long does she have left?
Damn.
Friend filed for who in 2008?
Friend filed for the dad. In 2008. She's married. How long?
No, her dad filed for her.
Her dad filed for her.
She has about 2 or 3 more years left. How many did we get?
We've got 3 more. We got 17.
Go back to the one, because I don't know if I answered it right.
Which one?
The one that was prior. What was that question? There was one I didn't
My friend
feel I
was a
answered
U.S.
right.
resident. He filed the I-130.
No, the one before that.
Leonardo, if I have a permanent green card and just came from vacation for 3 months.
So you can stay out of the country for. I didn't answer that properly.
Okay.
No trip more than 6 months, but you got to be physically in the United States more than out. So if you're going to go for 3 months and then you're going to go home for another 6 months and then come back for a day and go home for 6 months, they're going to take your green card away eventually. So you got to be physically in the United States more often than not. So the question becomes, yes, you can go away for another 2-3 months, but how long are you going to stay in the United States after when you return?
Can we do the last 3, Brad?
Yes.
Can we work them in?
You will work them in. We didn't do a very good job. We're still on vacation.
All right, we're on vacation mode.
We're on vacay for the speed round.
So Abdullah says, if I leave with advanced parole while my I-45 is still pending, will I be let back in if we receive an NOID for any reason?
Yes.
And what's the best action when denied entry with advanced parole and an I-45 pending?
You won't be denied entry with an advanced parole if your I-45 is pending.
Messiah says, I came in from Nigeria through a K-1 visa 2018, got married a week after I came, filed an I-485 6 months later, I got my EAD. March 2019, went for an interview, and I was told 30 days later they decided, but still, that's all I got. I don't know why it didn't finish, but can you get anything out of that?
Either you're with your wife and you should get a green card, and if you're not with your wife, you should still be able to get your green card anyway because you got married within the 90 days and you have an affidavit of support by your wife, which is all that's required to get your green card on a K-1 visa. So either way, you should get your green card.
How about if it's still pending? Like,
it's still pending? Mm-hmm. It's been pending for how long?
Since March 2019 went for the interview, and they were told 30 days later they would have a decision.
Give it 4 months, so it's April, May, June. Give it to the end of July and give me a call.
There you go.
And finally, we've got Loretta Brown, who is a little bit scared to go to Jamaica. Her husband and I, not her husband and I, she and her husband, bought their tickets. I'm not going anywhere with Loretta's husband. They already bought their tickets to go to Jamaica. They both have combo cards, but she's really worried because she actually overstayed her visa for more than 180 days.
As long as you have
before
advanced
she put in her
parole and a
papers.
pending adjustment, bon voyage.
Nice.
All right, comments of the day. Comments of the day, Belgium, Kim, and Yonathan. We have comments?
We sure do,
We
bro.
sure do? Okay. What do we got?
Our very first comment of the day is from First Lady Hewitt, who said, OMG, Brad. Every day I learn more and more from you. A million thanks to you every day.
Oh, nice. I actually like this one. Our second one from Christine Bennett saying, class is so full tonight, I almost didn't get a seat, but I would rather stand in Bradshaw Live than miss a class.
Standing for Bradshaw Live.
Woo!
I like that.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
We've got another one from Princess Black showing up to work in style because she brings her Bradshaw Live cup to work every day.
Yeah, send us a picture of that.
I
We love
know,
that.
right?
We'll post that on our show, right?
Yes, we will.
Yeah. Work with your Bradshaw Live. If you want to send us any pictures with your Bradshaw Live swag, which right now consists of either a Groundhog Sam T-shirt or a cup. That's all we gave away so far.
Right. Yeah.
We'll put you up on our show, right? Just send it to Kim. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Brad Spot Spotlight, send it to Kim.
Yeah. All right, Sandra Salinas has a broken heart. Says, thanks for breaking my heart. Brad Bernstein was at the Venice Beach all day long. You're officially a heartbreaker.
You didn't say hi to Sandra Salinas?
And you were in Venice Beach all day long? Didn't say hi?
I was not in Venice Beach.
You were going to do all those pull-ups, Brad.
I know, but we didn't make it there. We didn't make it there. But if she was walking around Beverly Hills, she could have grabbed me like the other people did. Yeah.
Brad,
I don't know who it was, but they were like, we watch you all the time.
I am also certain that you don't want to be announcing to people that they can just come up and grab you at any point.
Yeah. Keep your hands off of me, but you can definitely say hello. I don't want to be grabbed. That would scare me. I'm like, oh my God, just grabbed me.
Right, exactly. And finally, from Asset Lindo, coming in with the poetry for the Brad Squad. Roses are red, violets are blue.
Oh, she knew she knew she was getting commented today for making poetry.
Oh, she knew.
All right, go it again. Roses are red, violets are blue.
Violets are blue. This show is the bomb, and the squad is too.
Hey! You know she was like, I'm coming to a comment of the day on that one.
You know, I'll be willing to do a dramatic reading of that one. For everybody who joins our Bradshaw Live Brad Squad.
That is right, because we are staying after. We're gonna already prepare some extra content for everybody hopefully tomorrow it'll go up for people in our Brad Squad group. So please join the Brad Squad for extra content. Starting on Monday, we're gonna start reading off the top 5 questions in social media, as well as giving you extra content, and also AUA, not AMA.
AUA.
Ask us anything, and we'll start answering those questions also next week, all just for members of the Brad Squad. So please make sure you join Brad Squad. Follow us on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein, at Bradshaw Live, Belgium Kim,
at Belgium Kim
and
TV.
Yonathan
at Yonathan Elias TV.
And of course, please hit that ding button on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, and of course, tell a friend to tell a friend that we'll be back tomorrow at 5:30. See you then. So Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it, I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm, located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?